Monsieur Cocktail. We are
Michael Mos, Jesper de Voort,
and Stan Teuning, and we're from the Netherlands, and we represent the state of Colorado for the export ban of the subscription box you offer within the US. First, Jesper's going to talk a bit about the strengths and weaknesses of the box in general within the US and the state of Colorado. We're going to continue with the demographic profile of the target customer in the state of Colorado, their buyer behaviors, their consumer behavior, their habits. Then we're going to continue with the buyer personas, which you think are viable options for targeting within the state of Colorado. And then we're going to talk about country and state-specific laws for the state of Colorado when trying to export or import into a certain US state, and especially the state of Colorado.
First of all, we're going to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of Monsieur Cocktail. The strengths of Monsieur Cocktail is that in Quebec you can order them everywhere, in every city that you can buy it in the grocery store, or you can even buy it online. It's all natural and all fresh, the cocktails, so you have all the ingredients, and the syrup is fully natural, and it's based on customer needs, because the owner of Monsieur Cocktail, Patrice, did a lot of talking with consumers about what they want, and they want fast, quick, convenient, easy drinks. So he based his product on this, and therefore Monsieur Cocktail is fast, easy and convenient. The weaknesses of Monsieur Cocktail are that it's relatively expensive to buy it. It's cheaper if you create it yourself. Another weakness is that it's a niche market, and it's not that many people drink cocktails, so they have to generalize it to the whole market to create a bigger target group. Then talking about the competitive advantage of Monsieur Cocktail when expanding to the US, is that the main competitive advantage is that they have a really good quality and the syrups are 100% natural. For example, if you look to competitors such as Shaker and Spoon, which is most closely to Monsieur Cocktail, they also have the same concept, but they don't have natural syrups. So therefore Monsieur Cocktail has a competitive advantage over other subscription boxes, so they don't have to change anything in their concept. Okay, now we'll talk about the demographics of the state of Colorado. Colorado has around 5.7 million inhabitants, and it's one of the biggest states surface-wise in the US, so it's really low population per square kilometer. Most of the people live in the Denver area or the cities around Denver. Denver has 700,000 inhabitants, and cities close to Denver has approximately between 100,000 and 200,000. The GDP of Colorado is a bit higher than that of the US, with 52,000, in the US 50,000. But looking in the cities, Denver and Boulder and other cities close to Denver have a GDP of at least 10,000 higher than the US, so it's a wealthy state, at least the cities. The people are also high educated. More than 60% has at least college, and 40% has a bachelor degree or a graduate degree. And they have a really Christian religion in Colorado. 70% of the people is Christian, and all the other people mostly have no religion. So with drinks it won't be a problem because there are almost no Muslims there. And these are the main demographics of the state of Colorado. So now we're going to talk about the culture of people who live in Colorado. First, the people living in Colorado are relaxed, friendly and easygoing people. They're really focused on mountain activities because the Rocky Mountains is also in Colorado, so they do a lot of outdoor sports and really sporty people. They're progressive people because they the first one to legalize marijuana and have the first one to have a gay governor, and they drink a lot compared to other states, and their favorite drink is beer. Okay, now Stan is going to talk about the buyer personas.
Okay, regarding the buyer personas for the state of Colorado, we can first conclude that all three of the buyer personas, Liam Smith, Olivia and William Johnson, and Wyatt Miller, are really viable options as target audience, as target customers, and the groups they represent are really valuable to Monsieur Cocktail. However, when looking at all of their traits, we can predominantly see one thing that they have in common, and that is lack of time. They all have their certain triggers to buy the subscription box. May it be the search for quality and sophisticated drinks, may it be finding their own taste and balancing in adult life or reliving a memory through drinks. But they all have one thing in common. They make long hours, they work hard, and they want to unwind after a long day of work or taking care of the children with that one perfect drink, which they don't have the time for to buy themselves. So Monsieur Cocktail is the perfect option for them. In addition, the target customer that we would really like to focus on is the group Y and Miller, the generation Y, the millennials, who really value quality in their products, want to have an impact on the world, want to have an impact on their own choices and behavior as well. And an all natural, 100% natural, organic, cruelty-free and sustainable product that Monsieur Cocktail delivers really aspires to their ambitions and is a perfect suit for them. We finally continue with Michael talking about federal and state laws for Monsieur Cocktail.
Lastly, I'm going to talk about some of the most important laws for Monsieur Cocktail when exporting to the United States, and specifically Colorado. All goods that are exported to the United States are subject to some sort of customs duty. Since Monsieur Cocktail is a Canadian company, they can be part of the NAFTA agreement, which has been switched to the CUSMA agreement as of 2018. This agreement focuses on getting rid of the impediments of trade between Canada, the United States and Mexico, and lifts a lot of costs for importing or exporting products into these countries. This can be very handy for Monsieur Cocktail, but they have to fill in a country of origin, file in at the CBP to make sure that their products are all actually viable products from Canada. The United States handles two different kind of laws, federal and state law. Federal law has a Canada-United States Pacific Tax Treaty, which focuses on getting rid of double taxation. Lastly, Colorado focuses a lot on data protection and privacy. This law has been put into place in 2018 since a lot of states are now changing to a lot more privacy protected states. So Colorado did the same, focusing on protecting personal information such as credit card numbers and addresses that has to be given up by customers of Monsieur Cocktail as well.
So to conclude, we really think that the state of Colorado is a viable option for the expansion with the subscription box within the US. However, we don't think that it's the first state you should go for. The residents of Colorado have the resources, the intelligence and the need for a product like this, but they're mainly concentrated around the Denver area and sparsely divided over the rest of the state. And in essence, the target audience we want to target, or we suggest to target, is not as much present within our state as in other states. So Colorado is a good option, but it might not be the first option you should go for.